Hello, welcome to BioGrades TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Abdelkader ibn Muhieddine, Algerian traditional ruler who fought colonialism. Abdelkader ibn Muhieddine was a religious and military leader who led the resistance against French colonialism in Algeria. He began as an Islamic scholar, but by a stroke of fate, leadership of the campaign fell on him and he was made Emir. He then became the wall the French had to tear down if they were going to be successful in their quest to colonize the area known as Algeria today. Abdelkader was born in 1808 to a highly religious family. His father, Muhyiddin al-Hasani, was a religious official who claimed to be descendant from Prophet Muhammad. He had a traditional education in theology, law, philosophy, and grammar, and by the age of 5, he could read and write. He also achieved the feat of reciting the Quran by heart at age 14. This earned him the title of ḥāfiẓ, which means memorizer. In 1825, he joined his father on a pilgrimage to Mecca, and they returned just a few months before the French arrived in Algeria. In 1830, Algeria was invaded by France, and because there was a crisis already against the ruling Ottoman Empire, as well as several rebellions going on, the people could not immediately resist the French. However, when the French army got to Oran in 1831, it fell on Muhyiddin, Abdelkader's father, to lead the resistance. That was when Abdelkader's time came. At a meeting of the Western tribes in 1832, Abdelkader was chosen as Emir after his father declined the position because he felt too old. Within a period of 1 year, the Emir was able to unite the tribes in the region and re-establish security. General Louis-Alexis Desmichels, the local French commander-in-chief, considered Abdelkader as the main representative of the people during peace negotiations, and in 1834, the Desmichels Treaty was signed, which led to Abdelkader gaining control of almost the entire Oran province. This was an attempt by the French to bring peace to the region. Being a co-signatory to the treaty greatly increased the respect the people and the French had for Abdelkader. However, the French High Command did not like this development, as they felt the treaty did not favor them. So they recalled General Desmichels and replaced him with General Camille Alphonse Trezel. This led to a restart of hostilities between the French and the local people. In July 1834, Abdelkader's warriors fought the French army at the Battle of Mecca, and the French were defeated. Several more battles were fought until the Treaty of Tafna was signed on the 30th of May 1837. This treaty granted even more control of parts of Algeria to Abdelkader, but gave sovereignty to France. Peace reigned for a while, and within that period, Abdelkader's territory grew wider and his influence increased. But the peace was interrupted when the Duke of Orleans led a force into Abdelkader's territory. This was against the Treaty of Tafna. This prompted Abdelkader to attack the French in 1839 and defeated them at the plains of Mitidja. In response, the French declared war on the 18th of November 1839. Abdelkader effectively employed guerrilla warfare against the French and gained many victories until 1842. By then, the French found a way to adapt to the guerrilla tactics and showed no mercy to the native population. They adopted a scorched earth policy where they burned the fields and harvest of the lands so that the hunger that followed would cause the people to desert their leader. Abdelkader continued to fight but was forced to flee to Morocco, and he fled away from there too when the French defeated Morocco. Eventually, Abdelkader was forced to surrender on the 21st of December 1847. He said about his surrender, "And God undoes what my hand has done." He was exiled to France and kept in captivity. He remained in captivity in France until the 16th of October 1852, when he was released by the French president Louis Napoleon Bonaparte. He was paid an annual pension of 100,000 francs and made to swear an oath that he would not cause any disturbance in Algeria. Abdelkader then left France and settled in Turkey, where he dedicated his life to theology and philosophy. He would go on to be loved by the French and become a global icon of peace when he shielded several Christians from death during a conflict in Damascus. He played a huge role in restoring peace in the region, which earned him international recognition. His pension was increased to 150,000 francs by the French government and was conferred with the Grand Cross of the Légion d'honneur. Greece also conferred him with the Grand Cross of the Redeemer, while Turkey gave him the Order of the Mejidie, first class. Even the Vatican was not left out, as they granted him the Order of Pope Pius IX, while President Abraham Lincoln of America sent him a pair of inlaid pistols, which are now on display in the Algiers Museum. From being viewed as an enemy of France, he became a friend. When he visited France on invitation in 1865, he was received with fanfare. Abdelkader, after living a very eventful life, died in Damascus on the 26th of May, 1883. What have we missed out of this history? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.